People, I'd like to start this video by um, saying that we're going to draw this in Onshape over the next couple videos, and I think I'll break it up into a few different videos. I think today what I'll do is on this video right here, I'm just going to draw one, two, three, those three right there, including the cuts and the holes, right? And then maybe the second video, I don't think this is going to take very long because those three pieces are absolutely identical to each other, as are those two. So maybe the second video maybe we'll do those, including their holes, and then the third video we'll finish it all up and assemble it. Okay, but I don't want to, I don't want to make a half-hour video here. I'd rather make three sort of maybe 10-minute videos, that kind of thing. Now, that being said, I want to start right here. This is a student submission, and this drawing was done without any help from me at all. All I said was, could you please take a swing at it in Onshape? And so this person took a swing and hit the ball squarely and knocked it out of the park. Look at this thing. It looks exactly like the wooden stand. Okay, so there's one that already came in without any help from me. And hold your hat, wait for the next one, have a seat because you might tip over. But here's the other one that came in. Look at this. This young student here not only figured out how to assemble it, but figured out how to hinge these parts so they could move it around into different positions like the actual thing can. Look how perfect this is. Like every little thing. I mean, I can't quite see that angle cut, but I can see it's there. Like, it's definitely there. Look, that's at an angle. That's parallel to this line, but that's down at some angle. So even that angle cut is present in that one piece that has that angle cut. Um, I could not ask for anything better than these two pictures I've just shown you, this one and the one underneath it. So great job, those two of you who I just referenced. And the rest of us, let's get going. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a quick shortcut. I'm going to work right from these pictures, okay? So I'm going to draw, as I said, in this video here, I'm going to try to keep it real short. I'm going to try to draw those three base legs. 1, 2, 3, those legs right there. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. First of all, let's get a document going on. Create a document, and let's just call it wooden stand or some such. The mysterious wooden stand that we don't really know what it's for, but we like it. Okay, wooden stand. Okay, and we will start a sketch on whatever plane you prefer. I'll just go front plane and sketch. And I'm going to look right at it. Now, right off the bat, let's go to all these pieces of wood. I mean, I've said it 100 times, and you guys know from your work. But here we go. Look, this piece of wood has a width of 3/4 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and right here it's got a width of 1 inch. So this picture and this picture tell me the dimensions of all that wood that's being used for the stand. It's 1 by 3/4. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and draw that. So all I have to do is choose my square tool, and starting at any old place, I'm going to just draw a rectangle, and I'm going to write 0.75 for 75 for that dimension, and I'm going to write just 1 inch on that one. Right? And there's our cross section. Now, how long is it? Well, these three pieces here all are, if we look closely here, all three of those pieces are 14 inches long. So let me just finish this sketch, choose what I just sketched, and extrude it to 14 inches. Okay. So there's a piece of wood, right? There's one. Now, I think what I'll do right off the bat is I just said I'm going to draw three parts, and two of them are identical. Right? Two of them are identical. Let me go back to the previous picture. Right? These two pieces of wood are identical to each other. They have the same cuts and the same holes. That piece is the same length and same width and height, but it doesn't have those cuts that these two have, right? See that cut right there? Right. So I think what I'll do is, now that I just drew a 14-incher, I think of what I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm going to just right-click here, and I'm going to duplicate that. And that way I can go do the other one that's slightly different without drawing it again, right? So this here will be the base legs that have the cut in them. All right, so let's look at the left side. Zoom out a tiny bit here and figure out where to put a cut. Okay, let's go back here and take a look right here. And we'll also look here. So first and foremost, when we do cut, it's going to be 1 inch plus 1/8. It's like 1 1/8 inches. That's called a clearance fit. So you don't have to break out a hammer to get this thing into place. It'll slide right into place. Because this is 1 inch and that opening is 1 1/8. Right? And here's the other dimension. I'll look more closely in a minute, but I think it's 1/2 inch deep. And where is that cut? It's 4 inches down from the end. Okay, so let's go here and let's just I can think of a few ways to do this, but let's choose this face and sketch on it. Right? And I'm just going to draw a rectangle. And I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to draw a rectangle, and I'm going to dimension it. Now, we just saw that it's 4 inches in, right? So where is that picture? Right there. 1, 2, 3. It's 4 inches in. It's an 1.125 cut. 4 inches in, we have an 1.125 cut. So let's break out our dimension tool and call this 4 inches. From here to here, let's set that to 4. Okay. Now, it seems like the thing grew when I did that. That's a little bit weird, right? That box that I drew. I don't like the position of that. Let me see if I can, I need that to be inside here. I think, well, yeah, let's keep the dimension tool, because what did I say? It's a 1/2 inch down. So that distance there is 0.5 inches. Let's see if that fixes our problem. 0.5 inches. There we go. And the whole cut is from here to here. That was 1 inch plus 1/8, right? So 1 1/8. 1 and 1/8. Can I do that? I can just do 1/8 like that. Will that work? Let's see. No, it doesn't. It doesn't like that. So let me bust out my calculator here, right? Like 1/8 is. Let me find the calculator. There it is. So I'm going to write. So 1 divided by 8. That's an eighth. An eighth of an inch is 0.125 inches. So I want this to be 1 1/8. I'm going to write 1.125 inches. There we go. That's the cut I need. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to finish that sketch. Did I get in the right place? Let's see. 4 inches in, 1/2 inch down, 1/8 and an inch wide. Yeah, we're good. Boom. Choose it and extrude it. And we want to remove material, so we're going the other way. And that goes all the way through. 1 inch goes all the way through because it's only 3/4 across. And there's my cut. Okay, there's my cut. Right? And there'll be 2 of these, but I only need to draw it once because when I do my assembly file, I'll just import this twice. Okay, let's see what else we know. There's also a hole, right? There's a hole right in the center of that thing. And there's a picture of the hole. Let's see here. The bolt is right in the middle of that face, and I just want to get I think it's a 1/4 inch hole. Let's see here if we can tell from this picture. Right, so I tried to put that hole in the center, and it looks like it's 1/8 of an inch on each side of that. Yeah, maybe not quite, but I'm going to call that a 1/4 inch hole. Okay, 1/4 inch hole. Right, so let's go back to here and rotate this thing like this. And let's draw on that face right there. Sketch. And I want to look right at it, so I'm going to hit the N for normal. Zoom in on it. Now, dead center in there, I've got to put a hole. But I think if I just choose my circle tool, I don't think that center is going to light up. No. So I think what I'll do is I'll do construction lines. And we should get a midpoint here. Yeah, there's a midpoint. There's another midpoint. Escape out and get two more midpoints. Regular line, construction line. Midpoint here. Yeah, midpoint and midpoint. And escape. So now I know where to put my little circle here, my 1/4 inch circle. Right there. So 1/4 inch is 0.25 inches, and I get a little hole there, and then I'm just going to say, yes, I like that little circle. I'm going to choose it. Oh, I just got the rim though. Hold on. Got to get the whole thing to light up. There it is. And I'm going to extrude that. I'm going to remove material. 1 inch should be more than enough. Yeah, it goes right through. And bam, there's my hole. It looks kind of big. I'm not convinced that hole is the right size. I'll double check that and come back if I need to, though, because it's in the right place and it's really easy to change its dimensions if we need to. All right, so, well, gosh, we just drew the two base pieces. We just drew, let me go back here. We just drew those two pieces because they're identical. So as I said, you only have to draw it once, and then when we do the assembly, we'll import it twice into the assembly file. So we're done with that one. Now all we need to do is that other piece that goes across those two, right? That piece right there. Now that's also 14 inches, so this is a good one to. This one here. So let's rename this though before we go too far. Rename, and this will be base legs 1 and 2. Okay. Now we need. I think, and I also think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep copying this because I've got a lot of 14 inches here. So I'm going to duplicate this one so that when I go change this one, I've got a clean copy right here, right? So now I'm going to work on this one, and I'm going to name this one base cross leg or some such, right? Rename base cross leg, right? And let's figure out what we have to do to that base cross leg, and then we'll end this video so it doesn't get too long, and we'll take it from there. Now let me see here. I could just go, it'd probably be easier to go to the deconstruction list, the disassembly list. But I do believe that's the cross leg there. Yeah. Yes, that's the bolt. That's the bolt coming up through the cross leg. See how close it is to the edge? That's it right here. So where do we put this hole? Well, it's a 1/4 inch hole right there. So that's about the center. Maybe I had the camera at a slight angle, but I did take care to put that 23 right at the center of the hole when I did this. And it looks like it goes about, it looks like it's more like a 16th on each side. Wait, if that's the 23, that's a 1/4. Sorry, no, an 1/8 on each side. Yeah, that is a 1/4 inch hole. I really do think that's a 1/4 inch hole. And where is it? Well, it's 1/8, 2/8. It's 3/8 in from that edge. So a 1/4 inch hole, 3/8 in from the edge, that is centered. Let's go back to our CAD drawing and put a couple holes here and here. Like I just said, 3/8 in, a 1/4 inch hole. Okay, so that shouldn't take too long. Let's draw on this side here. Sketch on it. Hit N for normal. That'll look right at it. And as usual, I'm not going to take great care yet. I'm going to use my dimension tool for taking care. But I'm going to go ahead and just draw a hole, right? And I'm going to draw a 1/4 inch hole, 0.25, enter. And I've got to just decide where to put that circle. So we use our dimension tool for that. That's the way to really get it done quickly. And let's see, this thing is 3/4 of an inch across, right? And I want this to be centered. So the distance from here to here is going to be half of 3/4. 0.75 over 2. That's half of 3/4. So now it's in the right position back and forth. And I think we said 3/8 in. Is that what I just said? 1, 2, 3/8 in from the edge. 3/8 in from the edge. So I will now take my dimension tool, it's still lit up, and the center of the hole is 3/8 of an inch from that edge. All right, so 3/8, enter. Great. Now, I can use my mirror tool to do the other one, but I feel like I might mess that up, so let's just do it manually. So let's just go put that same hole right over here. Okay, grab your circle tool, draw a circle, dimension it to quarter inch, 0.25 inches, put it in the center with the dimension tool. Right, so this again, the thing is 3/4 of an inch wide, and so we want it halfway to 3/4 of an inch. That's 0.75 over 2. Bam, there it is. And we want it 3/8 of an inch from this edge, here to here. Did not click it or something. Oh, yeah, dimension tool's on. From here, oh, there it is. And we want that to be 3/8, 3/8. And there it is. Okay, let's finish that sketch. I've got my 2 circles here. I'm going to light that one up by choosing it, and why do it twice? We can just do it once. Go, whoops, hold on. All right. Let me go down to here and zoom in on that guy. I've chosen now 2 items. You can tell by my cursor says 2. I'll extrude both of those at the same time, remove material all the way through, because an inch, but it's only 3/4 of an inch. Oh, sorry, it is an inch, but that's okay. It's a full inch on that dimension. But 1 inch is going to make it all the way through. Just make it all the way through. Boom. Well, there we have it. There's the cross piece. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to try to keep these short. And we have just drawn the legs that we need for the base, the 3 legs we need for the base. So I'm going to end this video, and we're going to pick it up with the next one in just a few minutes.